So you've built up your organization and you're practicing good governance. But you still need sustainable donor funding. You and your board need to keep the donors you have, reconnect with past donors, and try to expand your donor base by doing prospect research. Prospect research identifies, analyzes, and recommends avenues of financial support so that the fundraising goals of your non-profit organization can be realized. You'll need to explore potential donors or grant makers who provide you with resources and support to do your work. Remember, it's a jungle out there, and having one donor makes your organization vulnerable. Also, donors may change their focus areas and support other organizations. Contributions can decline or cease if donors need to scale down. Diversify your pool of donors to increase the odds of your long-term financial sustainability. Sometimes you won't see the forest for the trees. Before starting the adventure, you need your case for support. Carefully prepared reasons for why your organization and its programs deserve support. Knowing and understanding this broadens the possibility for prospect research. Information relevant to prospect research can be gathered using multiple sources. Donor directories, print media, the internet and social media all deepen your prospect pool. Dive in, approaching stakeholders in your organization. Look at your internal network, management, board members and major donors. Then ripple outward to people with similar interests. Tapping into your existing donor base and speaking to your board and constituencies may yield viable leads. In your final wave, look at your organization's universe. Prospects could be individuals, corporates, embassies, the list goes on. Do the groundwork, compile prospect lists and profiles, make use of the different networks at your disposal, closing the 6 degrees of separation, bringing you closer to your goal. Approach practitioners working in the field, government representatives, organizations doing related work, foreign visitors, and many more. Just be prepared to do the work. These networks could point you in the right direction and help you identify potential prospects. Prospecting is also a targeted search for prospects whose case for giving match your case for support. These potential donors might share your mission and vision, and by funding your work, advance programs and projects consistent with their own values. Prospective donors share the same passion for your work, but prospecting doesn't happen in a vacuum. Natural disasters and economic downturns are a few external factors that could impact your prospect pool. Using all the information gathered and considering the external environment factors, compile prospect lists and profiles for specific programs and projects. Learning about your prospect's giving history, financial capabilities, personal interests, and any other relevant info helps flesh out a prospect profile. The information you gather should be stored in a centralized database. As a precursor to cultivation, use your prospect research to outline an approach strategy. Donors are often overwhelmed by the many requests from organizations that have little to do with their area of interest, and it's tiresome when donors are always approached by the same grant seekers without adequate cultivation and stewardship. Both approaches cause donor fatigue. There are various cultivation techniques. Each prospect should be approached in the best way and by the best person for that donor. We often think of donor support in financial terms. Remember, it's possible to find supporters who donate gifts in kind. These reduce the cost of carrying out your work. Prospecting, when consistently applied, ups the odds of your organization's long-term financial sustainability. It's a continuous process that requires a robust prospecting strategy, looking internally and externally, locally and internationally. It might feel like you're lost in the woods, but continuous prospecting will help you cut through the thick, contributing to your quest for organizational sustainability.